The story of American gold coinage begins with the birth of our nation. After the Revolutionary War, the young United States needed its own money. The leaders wanted coins that would be respected around the world. Gold was the answer. It was the metal of kings and empires. The Coinage Act of 1792 was a landmark law. It established the United States Mint in Philadelphia. It also authorized the first American coins, including those made of gold. The law specified 3 gold denominations. These were the eagle, worth $10, the half eagle, worth $5, and the quarter eagle, worth $2.50. These names might sound grand, and they were meant to. They announced that America was a serious nation with a strong economy. The first gold coins were not struck until 1795. It took time to build the mint, get the equipment, and find enough gold. The very first gold coin to be produced was the half eagle. The $10 eagle followed a bit later in the same year. These early coins are known as the turban head type. The name comes from the design on the obverse, or head side. It shows a graceful image of Lady Liberty. She's wearing a soft cap which some people thought looked like a turban. This beautiful design was created by a man named Robert Scott. He was the first chief engraver of the U.S. Mint. His work set the stage for all the coin designs that would follow. On the reverse, or tail side, of these first gold coins, you will find a majestic eagle. The very first design from 1795 shows a rather slender eagle. It is perched on a palm branch, holding a wreath in its beak. This is known as the small eagle reverse. It is a simple and elegant design, however, it was soon replaced. By 1797, a new reverse design appeared. This one was based on the Great Seal of the United States. It featured a larger, more powerful-looking heraldic eagle. This eagle has a shield on its breast and holds arrows and an olive branch in its talons. This change showed America growing more confident on the world stage. These early gold coins are incredibly fascinating for collectors today. They were struck in very small quantities compared to later coins. The mint in Philadelphia was still learning and growing. Finding enough gold was a constant challenge. Much of it came from foreign coins that were melted down. Each coin was made with great care, but they often have small variations. This is because the coin dies were made by hand. These little differences make each coin a unique piece of history. Holding one of these early gold pieces is like holding a direct link to the founding years of the United States. They are rare, beautiful, and full of stories. While the larger eagles and half eagles served for big transactions, there was a need for smaller gold coins. The quarter eagle, valued at $2.50, was authorized in 1792. The first ones were struck in 1796. Like their larger cousins, they featured the turban head design. These early quarter eagles are very rare today. The mint did not make very many of them. In fact, after 1808, the mint stopped making them for over a decade. The design was updated in 1821 to the capped bust style, which showed a more mature-looking Liberty. This was a popular design used on silver coins as well, creating a uniform look for American money. A much smaller gold coin was introduced later. The California gold rush brought huge amounts of gold to the country. This made gold more common. People wanted a small gold coin for everyday use. In 1849, Congress authorized the gold dollar. This was the smallest denomination gold coin the United States ever made. It was tiny, only about half an inch across. The first design is called the Liberty Head, or Type 1 gold dollar. It was designed by James B. Longacre. Because it was so small, it was very easy to lose. Many people complained about its size. It was hard to handle, especially if you had large hands. To solve the problem of the tiny gold dollar, the mint made a change. In 1854, they introduced the Type 2 gold dollar. This coin was wider but also much thinner. The design was also changed. It featured an Indian princess with a feathered headdress. This design was also created by James B. Longacre. Unfortunately, this new coin had a problem of its own. Because it was so thin, it did not strike up well. The highest points of the design, like the date, were often weak. The mint only made this type for 2 years, from 1854 to 1855. It is now one of the scarcer types of gold dollars for collectors to find. Finally, in 1856, the mint got it right. They introduced the Type 3 gold dollar. It kept the beautiful Indian princess design from the Type 2 coin. However, the coin was made slightly thicker and a little smaller in diameter than the Type 2. This new size allowed the design to be struck clearly and sharply. This was the final design for the gold dollar. It was produced every year until the denomination was discontinued in 1889. The quarter eagle also saw a design change. In 1840, it adopted the classic Liberty head design. This design would be used for more than 60 years, making it a familiar sight in American commerce for a very long time. The $5 half eagle and the $10 eagle were the true workhorses of American gold coinage. From the very beginning in 1795, the half eagle was the most consistently produced gold coin. It was a convenient size and value for many types of payments. It was used for everything from land purchases to large business deals. The early turban head and capped bust designs gave way to a new look in 1834. This was called the classic head design, created by William Ness. This change was made because the government slightly reduced the amount of gold in the coins. The new design helped people tell the new, lighter coins from the old, heavier ones. Just a few years later, in 1838 for the eagle and 1839 for the half eagle, another new design was introduced. This was the famous Liberty head design by Christian Gobrecht. This classic and dignified portrait of liberty would become one of the most recognizable images in American money. It was used on the half eagle for 70 years and on the eagle for 69 years. These coins circulated widely throughout the country. They were a trusted store of value and a symbol of American economic strength. They were minted at several different mints, including Philadelphia, New Orleans, San Francisco, and later, Carson City and Denver. An interesting change happened to these coins in 1866. After the Civil War, there was a wave of religious feeling across the country. A law was passed requiring the motto, "In God We Trust," to be added to coins. So, from 1866 onwards, a banner with the motto was added to the reverse of the eagle and half eagle above the eagle's head. This creates two major varieties for collectors, the no motto type made before 1866 and the with motto type made after. This small change tells a big story about the country's history and how events can be reflected in our money. The Liberty head eagles and half eagles were minted in huge numbers, especially in the later years of the 19th century. They were the backbone of the nation's gold supply. They were used in banks, in international trade, and in the pockets of ordinary citizens. Today, they are among the most popular classic gold coins for collectors. Because so many were made, common dates are affordable for many people. Yet there are also very rare dates and mint marks that are prized by serious collectors. For example, a half eagle from the Carson City, or Dahlonega, mint is much rarer than one from Philadelphia. These coins truly represent the golden age of American commerce. The California Gold Rush, which began in 1848, changed everything. So much gold was discovered that it flooded into the nation's mints. The existing denominations were not large enough to efficiently turn all this new gold into coins. A new, larger coin was needed. In 1849, Congress authorized the $20 gold coin. It was officially called the Double Eagle, as it was twice the value of the $10 eagle. This was the largest circulating gold coin ever produced by the United States. It was a big, heavy, and impressive piece of money, containing nearly a full ounce of pure gold. The first double eagle design is known as the Liberty head, or coronet head type. It was designed by James B. Longacre, who was also responsible for the gold dollar and other coins of the era. The design was very similar to the $1 gold piece, featuring a portrait of Liberty with her hair in a coronet. On the reverse was a dramatic, heraldic eagle with a shield. The very first double eagle ever struck is a unique pattern coin from 1849. Today, it rests in the National Numismatic Collection at the Smithsonian Institution. It is one of the most famous and valuable coins in American history. Regular production for circulation began in 1850. Just like the eagle and half eagle, the double eagle design was modified in 1866 to include the motto, "In God We Trust." The motto was placed inside the circle of stars above the eagle on the reverse. This created the Type II Liberty Head Double Eagle. Then, in 1877, one more small change was made. The denomination on the reverse was changed from 20D to $20. This created the Type III variety. These might seem like minor details, but for collectors they are very important. They help to date the coins and tell the story of their production over many decades. The double eagle quickly became a favorite for international trade and for banks to hold in their vaults as reserves. It was not a coin most people would carry in their pockets for everyday shopping. It represented a significant amount of money at the time, equal to several weeks' wages for a typical worker. These large, heavy gold coins became a symbol of America's wealth and industrial power in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Minted in the tens of millions, they were the ultimate expression of the gold standard, a tangible promise of the nation's prosperity backed by real, solid gold. The history of United States gold coins cannot be separated from the story of the American gold rushes. Before 1848, the United States had a pretty limited supply of gold. Most of it, honestly, came from small discoveries in the Appalachian Mountains of North Carolina and Georgia. This led to the opening of two small branch mints in the 1830s, one in Charlotte, North Carolina, and another in Dahlonega, Georgia. These mints only produced gold coins, and they're identified by the C and D mint marks on the coins. Today, coins from these southern mints are very rare and highly sought after by collectors because they were made in such small numbers. Everything changed with the discovery of gold at Sutter's Mill in California in 1848. The California Gold Rush was a monumental event in American history. Thousands of people, known as 49ers, rushed west with dreams of striking it rich. This massive influx of gold had a direct impact on the nation's coinage. The government needed a way to turn all this raw gold into official money. So in 1854, a new branch mint was opened in San Francisco. It's identified by the S Mint mark. This mint quickly became a major producer of gold coins, especially the large double eagles. The gold rush did more than just supply the metal for coins. It also created a unique and honestly fascinating chapter in American monetary history: private and territorial gold. In the early days of the gold rush, there was a severe shortage of official coins in California. To meet the need for money, private companies stepped in. Firms like Moffitt and Company, Wass, Molitor and Company, and Kellogg and Company began striking their own gold coins. These coins were not official United States government money, but they contained the correct amount of gold, and were widely accepted in commerce. They came in many denominations, including unusual ones like a $50 gold piece. These privately issued gold coins are an exciting field of collecting. They tell the story of the Wild West, of a time and place where people had to make their own rules. The designs are often unique and sometimes a bit crude, but they're full of character. Eventually, as the San Francisco Mint ramped up production, the need for these private issues faded away. The government did not want competition for its official money. Today, these territorial gold pieces are extremely rare and valuable. They serve as a powerful reminder of how the gold rushes literally shaped the money we used and built the economy of the American West. By the early 1900s, a lot of folks felt that American coins were, honestly, kind of dull. The Liberty Head design had been around for more than 60 years. President Theodore Roosevelt was one of those people who thought it was time for a change. He believed that the coins of a great nation really ought to be works of art. Roosevelt wanted coins that could stand shoulder to shoulder with the beauty of ancient Greek and Roman pieces. So, to make this happen, he turned to America's greatest living sculptor, Augustus St. Gaudens. Their partnership led to what many people consider the most beautiful coins ever produced by the United States. St. Gaudens put his energy into the two largest gold coins, the eagle and the double eagle. For the $10 eagle, he came up with a truly striking design. On the front, there's a profile of Lady Liberty wearing a Native American war bonnet. On the back, he sculpted a proud eagle, standing tall on a bundle of arrows. The very first coins, made in 1907, had something special. The edge of the coin had raised stars, one for every state in the Union. That detail was later changed to a plain edge, just to make production a bit easier. This Indian head eagle is really a masterpiece of numismatic art, a bold and uniquely American design that broke away from the old traditions. His design for the $20 double eagle was even more breathtaking. It shows a powerful, full-length figure of Lady Liberty striding forward, holding a torch in one hand and an olive branch in the other. The back features an eagle in full flight, soaring across the sun. The first versions made in 1907 were struck in high relief, which means the design was raised really high off the coin's surface, giving it this amazing three-dimensional look. While they were beautiful, these high-relief coins were tough to produce and didn't stack very well. The mint soon had to lower the relief for mass production, but those first examples are still the ultimate prize for many collectors. Inspired by Roosevelt's vision, the mint also gave the two smaller gold coins a makeover. In 1908, Boston sculptor Bella Lyon Pratt created a radical new design for the half-eagle and quarter-eagle. Instead of having a raised design, Pratt's coins used an incuse design, which means the features were actually sunk down into the surface of the coin. The front showed a realistic portrait of a Native American chief, and the back featured a standing eagle, similar to the one St. Gaudens had created for his eagle. This incuse style was totally new for American coins. Altogether, these four coins, the two by St. Gaudens and the two by Pratt, really mark a golden age of American coin design. The golden age of American coinage, well, it came to a sudden and dramatic end. The stock market crash of 1929 plunged the country into the Great Depression, a time of terrible economic hardship. Banks failed, people lost their life savings, and unemployment just skyrocketed. As things got worse, folks started to lose faith in paper money and the banks themselves. People began hoarding gold coins, pulling them right out of circulation. This hoarding drained the nation's gold reserves at a time when they were desperately needed. The government had to take some pretty drastic action to stabilize the economy. That action came in 1933. The newly inaugurated president, Franklin D. Roosevelt, took the United States off the gold standard. On April 5, 1933, he signed Executive Order 6010-2, making it illegal for private citizens to own most forms of gold, including gold coins. It required all Americans to turn in their gold coins to the government in exchange for paper money at a fixed rate of $20.67 per ounce. There were a few exceptions, for dentists, jewelers, and collectors who had rare and unusual coins, but, for the most part, the era of gold circulating as money was over. The government's recall of gold had a huge impact on coin collecting. Billions of dollars worth of classic gold coins, including millions of those beautiful St. Gaudens double eagles, were handed over to the treasury. So, what happened to them? They were melted down, turned into large gold bars that were then stored at the newly built Fort Knox Bullion Depository. An incredible amount of numismatic history was lost forever. The coins that survived were mostly the ones that ended up overseas in foreign bank vaults, or the ones that individual collectors managed to keep, whether legally or not. The last year gold coins were made for circulation was 1933. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 445,000 St. Gaudens double eagles that year, but before they could be released, the gold recall order came down. Almost all of those 1933 double eagles were ordered to be melted. Only 2 were saved and given to the Smithsonian. However, a small number, maybe around 20, were illegally smuggled out of the mint. For decades, the government tracked these coins down. Today, only 1 is legal to own privately. In 2021, it sold at auction for nearly $19 million, making it the most valuable coin in the world. Its story is a dramatic final chapter to the era of classic American gold coinage. After 1933, a whole generation of Americans grew up without ever seeing or using a gold coin. The beautiful eagles and double eagles from earlier days became relics of a bygone era. For more than 40 years, the US government didn't make any gold coins for the sober public. During this long stretch, the only way to experience the beauty of American gold was to collect the coins that had survived the Great Melting. Coin collecting, or numismatics, became the only way these historic pieces were studied, cherished, and preserved for future generations. Collecting gold coins really changed during this period. Before 1933, lots of people might have had a few gold coins tucked away as a nest egg. After the recall, owning them became a much more specialized hobby. Collectors started to study the coins very closely, paying attention to things like mint marks, which tell you where a coin was made. A coin from the rare Carson City, marked CC, or Dahlonega, marked D, suddenly became much more valuable than a common one from Philadelphia. Collectors also looked for coins in the best possible condition. A coin that had never been used and still had its original mint luster was worth way more than one that was worn from use. Guidebooks became must-haves for collectors. The most famous of these is a guidebook of United States coins, first published by R.S. Yeoman in 1946. Collectors call it the Red Book. It has pictures, mintages, and estimated values for every US coin, helping to standardize the hobby and giving even beginners the info they needed to get started. Professional grading services also came along. Companies like PCGS and NGC started certifying the authenticity and condition of coins, sealing them in protective plastic holders. This gave collectors a lot more confidence when buying and selling valuable coins. During these years, some of the greatest collections were put together. Famous collectors like Louis Eliasberg, who managed to collect one of every US coin ever made, and Harry W. Bass, who focused on gold coins, built legendary collections. The stories of rare coins became famous too. For example, the 1907 high-relief St. Gaudens double eagle and the ultra-rare 1870s $3 gold piece became icons of the hobby. This period, from the 1930s through the 1970s, was really crucial. It kept the history of US gold coins alive and laid the foundation for the modern coin collecting hobby we know and love today. The long pause in American gold coinage finally came to an end in the 1980s. In 1986, after a 53-year break, the United States Mint started making gold coins for the public once again. This was thanks to the American Gold Bullion Coin Act of 1985. These new coins weren't meant to be used as everyday money like the old coins were. Instead, they were created for investors and collectors. They're known as bullion coins, which means their value is mostly based on the price of the gold inside them. This was a whole new chapter for American gold. The new series is called the American Gold Eagle. The designs were picked to honor the nation's numismatic past. On the front, there's a modified version of Augustus St. Gaudens's famous striding Liberty design from the 1907 Double Eagle, a real tribute to what's widely considered the most beautiful American coin. For the back, the Mint turned to sculptor Miley Basique, who created a scene showing a family of eagles, a male eagle flying above a nest with a female eagle and her hatchlings. This design, called Family of Eagles, stands for family, tradition, and the unity of the nation. These modern American gold eagles come in 4 sizes. There's a 1-ounce coin with a face value of $50, a half-ounce coin at $25, a quarter-ounce at $10, and a 1/10 ounce at $5. It's important to remember that these face values are really just symbolic. The actual value of the coins is tied to the market price of gold, which is much higher. The Mint makes them in 2 main versions: a standard bullion version for investors, and a special proof version with a mirror-like finish for collectors. These proof coins have the W Mint mark from the West Point Mint. In 2006, the US Mint introduced another series, the American Gold Buffalo. These coins were special because they were the first US coins ever made of .9999 fine, or 24-karat, gold. The designs for the Buffalo Gold coin are also classics from the past. They're based on the famous 1913 Buffalo nickel by James Earl Fraser, with the iconic portraits of a Native American chief on the front and an American bison on the back. Today, these modern gold coins are incredibly popular around the world. They carry on the long and proud tradition of US gold coinage, connecting our present day to a rich and fascinating history.